Yo, what's good? What's good? Who we got here today?
OKQ. Yeah.
Q, my guy.
What it do, what it do?
You a popular dude.
Hey, I try my best.
You don't always start like that, though, did you?
Nah.
You got a crazy story.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
You trying to tell us about it a little bit?
Let's do it. Let's get into it, man.
Trying to tell us, like, what got you into social media? How did you start? Because you do this full time.
Social media. How did it start? Man, for me, I was never like huge with social media. Like, I had a Facebook page, and on my Facebook and MySpace, I had like a little bit of following. And I say at one point, I do remember back in the day, I had a little following, a little buzz on Facebook. I remember one of my homeboys would say to me, he would be like, bro, you kind of famous. Like, you can go on Facebook and type in, I love when it rains. Boom, you might get 200 likes. And I used to be like, I just got a lot of friends on there that can relate to me saying I love when it can rain, you know what I'm saying, or whatever I'm saying. But from there, I started realizing that, I did have a lot of street fame growing up. Like, being from the streets and coming from where I came from, a lot of people in the streets and the areas and the neighborhoods, they knew who I was. So for me, that was like my social media, going out and people like, hey, you the guy with the orange hair, the orange dreads. People always knew me from that. So when I started getting on social media, it kind of just started transitioning into that. Like, okay, I started doing my little thing on social media, but I was never like popping or viral, or I don't even know what we used to call it back in the day, but I was never like a sensation for social media. It kind of just happened over time. And once I started building my platform, building my following, I started realizing like, okay, people like seeing me. They like seeing me doing what I'm doing. I might do have a knack for this, and kind of just went from there. So for me, social media is kind of something I just kind of fell into almost on accident, or just something that naturally happened. It wasn't something I planned on doing, or like, I'm gonna build a huge social media following. I kind of just fell into it and it felt right, and I started doing it. And that's kind of how I got to going on social media.
Were you brought up in a social media world?
Nah, I mean, not really. I grew up on the Black Planet, MySpace, stuff of that nature. Like back when I didn't have a computer growing up. So for me, my first phone was the Nokia phone with the flashlight. So that's why everybody be calling me Aunt now, because my age is starting to show. But yeah, my first phone was the Nokia phone with the flashlight. So for me, social media was different because I grew up in a Nokia phone. Like, I had the phone that had the flashlight on it. I used to play Snake on it. That was my form of social media. And I never had a computer growing up. So I used to go to my friend's house and he had a computer. And for me, getting on a computer wasn't checking my Facebook or my Black Planet. To me, getting on a computer was going on like SoundClick, downloading some music to put on my MP3 player. You know what I'm saying? Email. I might have checked my Yahoo back then, but I didn't really grow up in a social media era. We was really outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was outside, and we'll hop on that bus to go get social and go link up and meet and see like that. So I guess I can't say I didn't grow up in a social media era, but now at who I am in the era I'm in now, I kind of am. So 10 years from now, maybe I will say I was in the social media era, because that's kind of making me who I am. So it's kind of 50-50. I can't really call on that one. Yeah, so I mean, for me, I didn't really grow up with cars at all. Like, my real mom, my Irish mom, she had a car. She had like a Bubba Caprice. Can't remember what year it was, but she had a car. That was like the only car she had. And outside of that, I never met my father before. I don't know who my dad is. I didn't have much family growing up. Like, I just recently found out that I'm half Nigerian. So my Nigerian side of the family, I have no idea who they are. I'm still figuring that out up to this day. And my Irish side of my family, I do kind of know some of them. And back then, I didn't know as much as I do now. So cars was never a big thing in my life, because my mom had that one car and she just couldn't keep it together. So for me, it was more so a lot of riding the bus, MARTA, and, catching rides from whoever had the car at the time. I didn't really grow up around cars or with cars. I didn't even get a fascination for cars till I got older. And I actually, started hustling and started grinding and being able to actually afford to even think about getting a car. But yeah, nothing, I didn't inherit anything. If anything, I just inherited the hardship of just, actually getting out here and figuring it out. And, I'm blessed to not be passed down something from generation to generation, even though I'm going to pass stuff down to my kids. if I was passed down different things, I would have never got to experience the grind and, you know, build this fascination for cars and social media and for life. But I definitely, you know, worked hard, man. I worked hard to get here and went through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and just, you know, I don't regret anything. And, you know, you just got to make your situation better. So for me, I ain't gonna say I grew up with cars because I never knew what a car was. Honestly, I wasn't in them. I was on the MARTA bus. So when I see cars, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I never knew that was a Japanese car. That was an American car. That was a European car. They was all vehicles to me. Then when I got in that age, I started realizing, oh, snap. Wait, it's different brackets. It's different cars. It's different this and that. So, yeah, that's kind of my car journey. It's pretty crazy.
You're a very humble guy. You know, I've known you for a couple of years at this point now, and you've never really bragged about anything you had in your life. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I actually like about you personally. But people don't know you like I know you, right? Mm-hmm. So what makes you so humble? Why are you the way that you are? People just gravitate to you. Why is that?
I mean, I don't know. I can't really just tell you why people gravitate to me. I could just say that I'm very relatable in the sense of, for one, I come from nothing. But for two, I understand both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at the other side and was like, oh, because they have more, they're like this. Or I never looked at my side and be like, oh, because we're poor, we got this. I kind of always looked at both perspectives and kind of just love people for who they are. So for me, people say I'm humble because I come from nothing. So I'm always appreciative of any gesture I get from people, whether that's a, bro, I like your hair. Bro, I like your car. Bro, I like your outfit. Whatever it is, I appreciate every time I hear it, every time I see it, because for me, that's my peace. You know what I'm saying? That's my happiness. Because I come from a dark beginnings. I didn't even know that I would see past like 25, 26 years old growing up. You know what I'm saying? Not like in a sense of something gonna happen to me. My brain just never allowed me to see past like 25, really past like 21. So when I made it to where I am now and started getting all this attention and fame or whatever people like to call it, I just know that I come from nothing. So I'll be damned. I'll be feeling like I'm disgracing God if I ever just get out here and just get over the top or be arrogant or be cocky. And, you know, it's nothing wrong with having a little cockiness, because when you that guy, you that guy. When you that girl, you that girl. That's cool. But for me, I just really appreciate everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I come in contact with. Even so many homeless people be telling me how they like my cars. And I swear, every time they tell me, I'll be like, it hit different, because I know they mean it. Because it could be before or after they even ask me for money. But they'd be like, man, that's a nice whip. And man, it'd be hitting for me every time. Every time. I'd be like, dang, bro, I appreciate that. So I don't know, man. People say I'm humble, and I just think I'm just, you know, it's just be a good person. Just be a good person. That's it.
You're a big family person too.
Oh, for sure. Back when I was 15, I was in them streets, and I wound up having my first child. And in the process of me having a child, which was on accident, because of course I didn't know what I was doing, I wound up actually getting locked up, going to jail, because I had ran away from the group home. And I think I was I was doing something stupid, got caught, got locked up, went to jail. When I got out of jail, they sent me to the group home. While I was in the group home, I found out that I had a child. And I think I was on the way to be 16, or maybe I was just turning 16. But yeah, I found out I had a child, and it hit different because they literally was bringing my child to the group home to come and try to visit me. And, you know, I'm just like, wow, this is, life just was life for me, man. I didn't plan anything out. I didn't say I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be the biggest person. No, I never said none of that. I got up and I lived my life every day. And I just did what felt right. Sometimes I might have did what was wrong, but it felt right at the time. But I just did what I thought the only thing I could do growing up. And, you know, when life come at you like that, you kind of just got to make the best decisions and just hope that, you know, those best decisions outweigh some of those bad decisions that you might make when you think you're making good decisions. But as long as there's no malice in your heart, it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So throughout life, anytime I did anything that I felt like, oh man, I had a kid at this age. Oh man, I got locked up for this. I got in trouble for this. I knew that I never had no malice. You know what I'm saying? Never came from like a dark place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that side of me was long gone when I survived. You know what I'm saying? When I survived, I done been shot. I done been tased in the head by the police. I done been locked up. I done been homeless, slept at bus stops, slept in abandoned buildings. You know, when you go through things like that and you survive it, all the darkness just go away, because it's like, bro, there's no way you could ever think that someone's not helping you or nudging you or pushing you forward when you make it out them situations. And for me, it wasn't like you get shot, you wake up, you famous, you a millionaire. Nah, you get shot and then you survive to the next day and you get to see your friends and you get to breathe again, and you thankful for that. You still broke, you still poor, you still ain't got enough money, you still ain't got this and that, but you made it. You made it to go another day. You made it to try another time. You know, you made it to make a better decision. So living on that mindset alone has just took me to where I'm at now, because I'm grateful for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for anything that I can pick up and absorb in life. You know what I'm saying? That's then to now. And every day I'm learning more and more, absorbing more and more, and just figuring it out. So yeah, I'm big on family, because I never really was the type of person to be, I don't know what it feels like to have that family bond of like, oh, I got a big family. I got 6 cousins. My cousin, this is my cousin. He'll do this for me. I do this for my cousin. Oh, this is my brother. I grew up with 3 sisters and a mom. That was it for a good part of my life. That was all we had. And then whatever my mom's situation was, and then my sisters, then they eventually left because I was getting in trouble. So family wasn't a big thing for me. Family to me was the people that I created bonds with and the people that I grew to build relationships with. That became my family. So it was never a thing of like, oh, we got the same blood, we locked in. I never really cared about that. And up to this day, I still don't. You know what I'm saying? Family's cool. I love family. My closest relatives, I love them. But I appreciate people that I could have met last year that I got a bond stronger with some family members. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be my family now. Because we built a bond and trust, and that's family to me. You know what I'm saying? Building that relationship. So family for me hit a little different, because it's not about your DNA, not about your blood. It's about the relationships you build. And I think that's what life all about, relationships. You know what I'm saying? When you gone, what are people going to say about you? The relationship you had with them, or with other people, or the things they've seen and observed. So my take on family, it's a little different, to say the least. But yeah.
Starting where you are and going through the things that you have, tell us about your rise on social media and kind of what sparked that rise on social media.
So I will say, I'm going to go far back for social media, and I'm pretty sure 80%, if not 90% of my following don't even know this or don't even know it exists. But for me, my following, it always, and I'm going to talk around a lot of things, but my following exists because of who I am. That's just what it is. And that's just the person I am, the attention I bring to myself, the memories I leave with people, whatever it is. So for me, like I said, it goes far back into when I had made a Facebook. And I remember getting 150 likes on a post and being like, oh my God, I'm famous. You know what I'm saying? Or not even me. My friends used to tell me that, like, bro, you got 150 likes on this post. It used to be crazy. And to me, it was like, all right, you know, cool. But for them, it was like, bro, you doing your thing. And I wasn't doing anything. It was just random people that I encountered on my Facebook, whatever it was. But that little spark there was definitely enough for me to realize that you could do something with this eventually, but I never had a niche. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, my biggest flaw has been that I always felt like I had nothing I was great at. And that's been my thing for my whole entire life. Up until probably like 28 years old, I always felt like I never had nothing I was great at. And I say that to say, I always knew I'm good at a whole lot. I'm a good basketball player. I'm a good rapper. I'm a good mechanic. I'm a good father. I'm a good gentleman. But I never felt like I was great. I never felt like I was like amazing. Like, I'm amazing in basketball. You can't see me. I'm amazing at rapping. There's nobody rap like me. I'm the best dad ever. There's never be a better dad. I never felt like I was amazing at nothing in life. And that really held me back for the longest, because I could never find my niche. I could never find what I was meant to do for years. And when I started getting on social media, I was just doing whatever, making music. I had orange hair since I was 16, 17 years old. So just posting that, posting my wild thoughts, anime, whatever I was thinking and doing. And I just started seeing the buzz of people just starting to like things that I was interested in. And at the time, it might have been like back when I was coloring my hair and wearing it orange, everybody was like, bro, what are you doing? That's weird. Like, nobody's doing that. But 50 people might have liked it and be like, bro, that's cool, bro, you different. Okay. Then next thing you know, over the year, 100 people liked it. And they start remember the guy with the orange dreads, the guy with the orange locks. I'm like, okay. So I started getting something from that. Then slowly but surely, I started realizing that I had found this interest in cars. And I'm like, yo, cars? Let me finally get a car. And I got my car, and I remember I had got a 1999 BMW 328i. And the reason I bought this BMW, mind you, I had already had like I want to say I had a Toyota Celica. I had a Jeep, these other two cars that I had bought. But that BMW was different because I bought it because I thought if you get a BMW, you made it in life. Like, that's like, for me, it was like, bro, you get a BMW, you rich. No matter what it is, that's a whole nother level. You don't see BMWs where I come from. That's just what it is. Now with my Toyota Celica, that was like my first build because I started doing a little modification to it, added some underglow to it. You know what I'm saying? I put some wheels on it. You know what I'm saying? That added about 100 horsepower right there in my mind. But you know, I did all this little stuff to it and people started liking it. They used to start saying like, bro, you got a little Lambo. Because I had a yellow Toyota Celica. I used to come to the hood, that was the little Lambo. So I like, cool. I started posting that, cool. And I never had a buzz. Nobody ever cared, or I never had a big following off of that. But it was still me. People still liked it, who I was. Like, oh, OKQ be doing this and that. Cool. Then I got that BMW. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm in the hood. I'm going to the hood just to stunt. I'm at the gas station like, oh, who Beamer that is? That's me. Man, I tell you, that thing had so many problems. The radiator, it was running hot. Man, it was issue after issue after issue. But boy, when it drove, you couldn't tell me nothing. And then I started realizing, as I started posting with the little Beamer, feeling like I made it, I started saying like, dang, I need a fast car. What's a V8? Then I started getting a fascination for the V8. And along came the Hemi. Now, this is a story that people probably don't know, or they probably do know. I do talk about it sometime, but I had a friend named Johnny B. He grew up in my neighborhood. Well, he didn't grow up in my neighborhood, but when I was in my neighborhood, he was around, and he came down here. And Johnny B was like the dope boy of the neighborhood. He was a lot older than us, a lot older than me, but he was humble. Man, he was he was a motherfucker who had stain. He had rank, but he was so cool. He'd still come kick it with you, talk to you like he was a regular person, but he was a dope boy in the hood. And I'll never forget, Johnny B had bought a purple Charger. I don't remember when this was, but this was like the older body style. And he bought that purple Charger, and I was like, oh my God, I got to get one of them. And I remember I was walking home from the store. I think I was walking home from Walmart, and I seen him. And he's like, Q, you want to ride? He's like, come on. He let me get in the car. I'm like, oh my God. Now this is back when I was younger, before I even had my cars. But this thought was always in my mind. So after I got the Toyota Celica and I got the Beamer, I was like, bro, I need to get a Charger. That's what I need to do. I need to get a Charger. And around this time, Johnny B wound up getting killed. He wound up getting shot probably 7 minutes from my mom's house. And whole situation, whole story. And I always told myself, man, I'm going to get me a Charger and I'm going to make it dope just for him. Because I know he's going to be watching like, hey, you got to go crazy now. You get a Charger. So I started saying like, I'm going to get one. But that was so far out of my mind at the time because I couldn't afford no Charger, no V8. I had to get what I could, buy. I got that Toyota Celica for like $6 grand. I got that Beamer for like $4 grand. Like the Charger was like 20,000 when I wanted. I'm like, I can't afford this. Well, I started grinding, hustling, doing my thing. At this time, I still don't have no social media following. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my little thing on Facebook. And I think around this time, maybe Instagram had just came out, but I wasn't really on Instagram. I was still just on Facebook. Long story short, grinded it out, man, kept grinding and saved up enough money to buy that Charger. And I literally took everything I had, all the money I had saved up. And I went to a dealership and found me a Charger, put it in my sister's name because I had no job. I was just hustling. So put it in my sister's name and got me a Dodge Charger. boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I got that Beamer, you couldn't tell me nothing. Then I got that Charger. Oh man, I finally had it. I had a V8 that was powerful. And this was the start of me actually trying to build something, like a following, a build. And I started finding out this fascination with the Hemi and what it was. And American, I started, enlightening myself on everything, trying to figure things out. And then I started doing little modifications. Now, it might have been the little simplest stuff, man. I might have added orange light bulbs inside my dome light on my Charger. But I would post it, and I would start posting it like on Instagram, and people would like it and be like, yo, that's cool. How you did that? All I did was went on YouTube, looked it up. It took me 2 hours to change these light bulbs. But when I did it, people liked it. And I'm like, dang, people like this? So I started doing little stuff to it, started modifying it, buying little parts, getting stuff painted, doing anything I could do that I could afford at the time. And I started building a buzz. People started liking it. And now I remember when I had that 150 likes on Facebook for the stuff I built up over time, I started getting 150 likes on Instagram. I'm like, oh snap, things are going. So at this point in my life, I started modifying my car, getting this Charger going. Then I'm like, bruh, I got to get another Beamer. I got to get a real BMW. I had the 1999, but I need a real BMW. I need a V8 BMW. So I started searching. I'm hustling, posting, doing everything. At this time, I still ain't got no following, but I got something. I got a little bit of recognition. And same thing, grinded it out until I could afford me a little Beamer. When it found me a used BMW. And I got other cars in between this, but the V8s is what mattered, because the V8s are what took me to that next level. And I got me a I think it was a 4.0 650, like a 4.0 V8. I got a 650 drop top. I thought I made it again. I'm gonna tell you, I done made it 3 times in this story now. When I got the 99, when I got the Charger, and when I got the 650. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. Boy, when I bought that drop, and I had got a 325 drop top before that, and I thought I made it in, but I had semi-made it because the day I bought it, I think the engine went out. It's crazy. Whatever. $6,000 to fix it. But the car cost $6,000. BMW problems. Anyway, back to the 650. So at this point, I'm starting to have a little buzz here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. So I remember my daughter, she was probably like 7. My daughter like 12 now. She was like 7 or something. And I remember she was telling me, she's like, Dad, you need to post on this new app called Tik Tok. I'm like, what the hell is that? She's like, this app, they be dancing. I'm like, bro, I'm half Irish. I'm not dancing. I don't have no rhythm. It's over with. She's like, no, you could post something, just post on there. Post what you doing, this and that. And I'm just like, I don't dance. She's like, I'll make some dance with you. I'm like, no, not happening. But I took that and started thinking about it like, dang, what if I post my car on TikTok? Because everybody's on here dancing. So I started posting my car on there. And I didn't really get a big buzz, you know what I'm saying? I started getting a little bit of views, but instead of 150 likes, I might got 300 likes on TikTok. I'm like, hold up, man. Well, it's a little different than Instagram platform. So I started getting a little buzz. Then I said, well, what's a way where I can record myself without having to hold the phone? Because when I'm holding the phone and recording, I can't call, I can't talk, I can't do nothing but record it. And then once you pull out a phone and record something, you take the genuineness away from whatever you're recording, depending on how you look at it, depending on the viewer. So I started looking up a dash camera. I was like, bro, what if I could find like a dash camera that could record for me? Technically, all I gotta do is be in the car and the dash camera will record. So I started looking online on Amazon, found me a little cheap dash camera, boom, put it in the car. Start going out, and at this time, it's like little stuff going on. I'm starting to hear about little car meets, and at this time, I done modified my cars up. Not really for performance, but for looks. So I got my Charger looking good, thinking it's fast. I put a cold air intake on it and a pedal commander. Boy, I thought I could be the Hellcat with that damn RT. Well, I got reality check. Anyway, so I went and did my little modifications. 650, I done modded that, everything. So from there, I started realizing, boom, this dash camera footage is golden. So I took it and I started posting it. So when I posted it online, it started getting a little bit of views, and people were like, what is this? This guy in his car with this orange hair? Okay. And I started realizing, like, let me get a dash camera that could record me too. Because most people don't want to put their cell phone camera. So I found one that could record me. And my first viral video was when I went to a car meet, and this is my first time putting this dash camera in my car that could record in and out. And I went to this car meet. And as I get to this car meet, Everybody chilling, and the police pull up. Now, when the police pull up, I had just arrived. I don't know what's going on. So I'm literally getting out the car. They're like, get back in the car, the police coming. Get out of here. I'm like, huh? Get back in the car. The police ain't even studying us. They on their intercom talking about, go home, it's past curfew, because it's right before COVID. So this around like when we had curfews. They're like, go home, it's curfew, it's COVID time. So everybody's panicking. I'm panicking because I don't know what's going on. So you just see me leaving the meet, and I'm just panicking, looking scared, rushing. So when I got home, I ran that footage back, and I'm like, yo, this is funny. My face is crazy. I look so scared because I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was going to jail. So I wound up posting that video on TikTok, and it wound up, I remember the first day I posted, it did like 10,000. I was like, oh, 10,000, what the hell? Boom. Next day it was at like 100,000. Then it just started going up. Man, before I knew it, the video had did 1 million, like not 1 million, like 700,000 views. I'm like, oh my God, I'm famous. You can't tell me nothing, I'm famous now. But then I got nervous. I'm like, what if people think I was really running from the police? What if the police come after me? So I deleted the video. Delete the video after it went up to like 800,000 views. But I thought about it like, dang, people liked seeing my reaction to that situation that was happening because it was authentic. It was genuine. It was real. It was really me and how I would have reacted or how y'all would have reacted. It was an actual thing. So I started realizing people really care about that type of quality of content, and it's not here. Nobody's doing this. Anybody who's recording anything is first off outside the car, or they're grabbing their camera and recording something. And when they grab their camera and record it, you don't know if they're making this situation happen because they're grabbing the camera. With mine, it's just happening, and I just happen to be recording. So I took that and I just started just working, man. I started just recording everything every day because the camera was recording. So I stayed in my car. Every day I was in my car for like 15 hours every day. And I would come home and I would just go through all the footage and find videos that were funny. If somebody ran a red light, if somebody almost hit me, if I seen something crazy happening, road rage, anything, I would take it out, put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok. And I started doing that. And slowly but surely, I started getting the buzz. And at the time, I was modifying my car. So people was already like, what is this car? It looked different. They already liked the car. So now I'm mixing in me showing my modified car that I created, that I'm building. Also, my dash camera footage of me living my life, showing y'all genuine reactions of me and everything I'm doing. And I started posting them. And then from there, I started building a buzz. TikTok started going up. Then my Instagram started going up. And over time, I just started realizing, like, I got a method. Like, this is my thing. And I didn't even know it. I didn't plan this. I didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to do this. No, it just happened. It literally just happened with me just living life as I always am and just taking advantage of the things that I got. And some of them things weren't the best because my first video was getting chased by the police or think I'm getting chased by the police. But I took that situation and made it something better, made it something entertaining, made it something dope. And that's kind of how I started getting my social media going. From there, it was just up from there, just mastering my craft. This was my original Charger. This was the one I bought way back, 5-6 years ago. And 6 years later, it's still here with me, man. And I still love this car because it's my first true build. And I stayed true to the BMWs. And I stayed down and I always wanted the V8 drop top, got the M6, did that, started racing, started doing my thing, built that passion, started elevating, going to the next level. So for me, when it comes to the cars, it's really more so of a lifestyle. Like, when you become a car guy, you enter a lifestyle. You don't become a car guy because you buy a nice car. You don't become a car guy because you buy a fast car. You don't become a car guy because you buy an expensive car. You become a car guy because you've built a fascination with the car you get. And then you become a car guy because now you have this bond and this connection where you're like, oh, I want to modify. Oh, I want to see it like this. You want to see your car in a different light. It's different for you than it is for the next person. So now you are a car guy. You're going to care more. When you scratch your rim, it's going to hit different from you than the average person who scratch their rim and just like, oh, it's okay because you care. You put time into building that and putting those wheels on your car. So when you scratch it, it hit different than the person who just bought their car with nice wheels and they scratch and they're like, I'll just get it fixed. So being a car guy becomes a lifestyle. So for me, this is a lifestyle, and I wouldn't choose no other lifestyle, man. I love these cars.
Run through your vehicles for them.
I love
what you got.
Oh man.
What you got?
So we got the, I'm just thinking, let's start from the top. So we got the 2022 Ram TRX 1500. Hey, all men should have a truck. Get a truck. At least once in your life, get a truck, rent a truck. That's what I did. Then we got the 2022 M850, baby M8. That's the daily. Y'all know about baby M8. It's a sleeper. Then we got the 2020 M8. That's my baby. The newest baby. You know what I'm saying? Competition, of course. 900 horsepower, of course. Then we have a 2015 BMW M6. Y'all know the M6 from my car accident. Come on now. That's coming real soon. Don't play. Then we have, technically this Charger is a 2016 Dodge Charger, but yeah, it's like a 2025 now with everything I done did to it. Then we have a 2018 Police Charger all-wheel drive that's in the works right now that I haven't even really been showing because I'm working on it behind the scenes, but it is all-wheel drive. It is a Police Charger, and we are going to put a Whipple on it. Stay tuned for that. And am I missing anything? Can't forget my baby, the one and only, the Thunderhawk. My Thunderhawk is a build of all builds, man. Like, every car has its category with me. You know what I'm saying? We got the race car, we got the shop car, we got the fast car, we got the whatever my build, we got the daily, we got the Omega Super Daily. But the Trackhawk is like the race, show, daily, fast, everything in one. Plus, I'm a huge anime fan. And for me to be able to dedicate some of my favorite animes to a car was just the craziest thing ever for me. Because I grew up with a fascination for anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that was always in my life. And then I grew this love and this passion for cars. So for me to be able to combine it, and most of the time when you see these anime cars, they just look cool. You rarely see these anime cars that's fast, that'll still gap you. So that's the thing I like about mine, because you ain't gonna play with my Thunderhawk. When you see that Thunderhawk, you're gonna respect it. It ain't gonna just be, oh, that's a cool little anime car. Oh no, it get down. And that's the thing I love about it. So I can't forget my Trackhawk. That is my baby. Probably one of the cars I'll probably never sell. But you know, everything got a price. Hey, I catch a fan from Brazil or something, and they like, cause I done had somebody who's, man, coming about it. Y'all, I ain't gonna get into all that. But hey, if y'all want it, come get it. No, I ain't gonna say. Y'all can't get the Thunderhawk. I got to put the Thunderhawk in the museum somewhere, man. But that's my baby. That's my rundown of my whips. And don't ask me what's my favorite one, man. But we're shooting this video right now in my shop. OKQ Customs, yes. The reason why I opened my own shop was because I got tired of getting bamboozled. And I'm not even lying. So many times I took my cars to shops. This car sat down for 2 years at somebody's shop. Paid them over $10,000 each time. And they just screwed me over. My M6 has been in the shop for 2 years. Now, not their fault. It's situational. Things happen. So we're going to get that one to pass. But all my cars was in situations where I would take them to shops and just get done wrong. And I started realizing how I'm going to be a car guy, be so big in the car scene and not have a shop for other car enthusiasts to bring their cars and know they'd be with somebody who can trust and going to take care of their car and somebody who deals with crazy modifications. So I hit my business partner, Joe, and I opened my own shop. Now, mind y'all, I do have my own jewelry business where y'all know we make custom jewelry, Jewels by OKQ, tap in. I have my own clothes, apparel, Renegade Apparel. You know what I'm saying? It's me. It's here. This unreleased right here. You know what I'm saying? And I have my own shop, OKQ Customs. And here we do just about everything. I mean, you name it, we can do it. You want an oil change? Cool. You want to put a turbo on your car? Cool. You want to do some stars in the ceiling? Cool. You want tint? You want PPF? You want to wrap? You want ambient lights, we do it all. And we don't just cater to the big guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do work on top of the top. You know, my nephew Quan be here 24/7. But then we also deal with just everyday customers who just want to come in and make their little car look nice, you know what I'm saying? I just had a K5 in here. He talking about, bro, I ain't got much money to spend. I just want to get my car nice. Cool, we gonna do some modifications of that too. Then we had a Hellcat in here. Same thing. I got some money to spend. I want some modifications. Cool, we got something for all y'all. That's what all my business has been about. The jewelry business, the apparel business, the car customization. It's something for everybody. And I'm just here to provide, man. It's your OKQ. I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I work for you.
Shout your socials out.
So, hey, man, if y'all don't know who I am, I got to tap in, man. Y'all got to know who I am, the guy with the orange hair. But if you want to follow me on any social media platform, anything, just type in OKQ. That's it, 3 letters. Go on Google, OKQ. I work hard to get this name out there, man, and just brand it and just get it everywhere. If you go on Instagram, OKQ. It's going to be Orange King 26, but if you type in OKQ, it's going to pop up on any platform. And, you know, I'm here for y'all. So be here for me and go follow me. I need y'all. Like now, right now, like right now.
If you can leave one thing with the people to take away from this video that will give them some type of motivation, hope, determination to just make it out of whatever situation they're in. They don't even have to be making it in social media. To make it out of the situation they're in, what would you tell somebody right now who's maybe down on their luck or who feel like they have nothing left in life to give? What would you tell somebody right now? What would you leave them with? From where you came from to where you are now, what would you tell them?
Man, what would I tell them, man? If I had a chance to talk to younger me, I would just say, the sun don't stay dark forever. There's always gonna be sunlight, no matter what, bro. You gotta make the best out of the situations you in. People look at social media, celebrities, influencers, and they like, bro, I wanna be like that. I wanna live like this. I wanna do that. But in reality, you gotta take things at your pace, bro. Take it at your pace. Be understanding to your situation. Everybody's not gonna make it to be Bill Gates. That's fine. Be okay with being Adam. Be okay with being Q, James, whoever you are, and make the best out of who you are. And as long as you make the best out of who you are, everything else is just gonna play out how it's supposed to, man. So if you're looking for motivation, that's cool, but you need to look for discipline. You gotta build some discipline. You have to build things in life where it's like I was overweight for the longest, and I realized I want to be an icon out here. I want to be a star to people. I want to be that guy when you see me, you like, oh, okay, cute. And I want to be humble and the person to hug you. But I got to be in shape. I got to get my life together. So I had to build discipline. And you're going to have to build discipline too. It might not be in the food. It might not be in your cars. It might not be in your workspace. But you got to build discipline somewhere. And as long as you build that, you'll build your character. And just focus on your character. Focus on who you are. Not who everybody else wants you to be. Focus on who you are.
I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to speak to everybody.
I appreciate you, my dog.
We appreciate the story. Thank you for the motivation. And guys, OKQ on
Yeah.
Google. Literally on Google. That's all you got to do.
That's it.
And will pop up.
Yeah.
So, Q, thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.